Quiet, please. Quiet, please. The American Broadcasting Company presents Quiet, Please, which is written and directed by Willis Cooper, and which features Ernest Chappell. Quiet, Please for today is called Very Unimportant Person. The Hollow Men. Ever read it? A lot of people were very fond of quoting from it when T.S. Eliot got the Nobel Prize. Especially that part, this is how the world ends, not with a bang, but a whimper. Well, it wasn't so, Mr. Eliot. You were wrong. Me? How do I know? I was there. I don't know how it happened. Maybe somebody dropped something. Maybe one of our own people pushed the wrong button. Maybe the thing got tired of being in one piece and just went off by itself. All I know is I was standing outside the operations office at bowling that morning, and I heard a funny noise, and I looked up. I just happened to be looking north in the direction of Baltimore, and I knew what it was the minute I saw it. I was at Bikini, and I saw both Tess Dable and Tess Baker. You couldn't fool me for a minute. So there's an airplane standing there, and I saw Ruth alongside the doorway to the office. I grabbed her by the arm, and I boosted her into that airplane, and I took off. Because when you see that pink and cream-colored mushroom cloud, you don't wait. If you do, you might be part of the next one. So Ruth didn't put up much of an argument after I pointed at the thing. She couldn't argue. Her mouth was hanging open a foot. For me, I was too busy to talk for a couple of minutes. I got to 10,000 feet awful fast. We got ourselves a good 20 miles away from Washington. I was noticing that for a miracle, both fuel tanks were full. And Ruth just about jumped out of her safety belt. What? I said. What's the matter now? And as I said it, I felt the blast.
Washington! Washington! It isn't there anymore, Tom!
I see what you mean. Well, we asked for it.
I'm just looking at the Capitol, and the Washington Monument, and the Pentagon. Oh, Tom, what's happened?
What everybody's been waiting for, honey.
Is it war?
Well, if it was, it's all over now. If anybody dropped a couple of more of those bombs.
What are we going to do?
We're going to get out of here as fast as this airplane will take us. Hope we won't fly right into one of those things.
Oh, Tom, they're terrible. Where can we go?
Give me the microphone here. I'm going to see who's still alive. Thanks. I don't know who to call. Hello, CQ. Hello, CQ. This is USAF plane 909344 calling CQ. CQ. If you hear me, anybody, give me a call. Speak up, somebody. Over.
Do you hear anybody?
Hello, CQ from USAF plane 909344. Do you hear me? Over. I don't expect it. Wait. Philadelphia, this is Army 909344. I hear you very well. Is everything all right there? I say again, is everything all right? Over. Hello, Philadelphia, this is USAF 909344. Hello, Philadelphia, answer me. Over. Hello, Philadelphia, this is USAF 909344. Over. No, Philadelphia.
Oh, Tom.
Wait. I had Philadelphia, but we stopped. Who's this? Pittsburgh, this is USAF 909344. I hear you very well. What is the situation there? I say again, what is the situation there? Over. Hello, Pittsburgh.
Did he answer you?
Darling, nobody answers.
No. It can't be.
It's happened, and just like the man said, honey, there's no place to hide. Wherever we turned, we saw the towering great clouds, starting out a blow away, getting ragged around the edges, and clearing enough so we could see the ground once in a while. There'd be little towns, sure, but we couldn't tell what was going on down there, and I knew what might be happening. I didn't choose to land, because the ragged edges of those clouds would be blowing across those little towns down there that hadn't been hammered into nothing yet. And the pretty little towns with the elm trees along the streets, the pleasant little towns sitting on the edges of the river banks. Nice little towns. They'd get theirs pretty quick. I didn't want to be there. If I can just keep this airplane flying long enough, I thought. And I guess I must have said it aloud because Ruth answered me.
But where'll we go?
Well, I think if I can get through, maybe the woods up in Canada will be safe enough. I can find an airstrip somewhere, I hope. We can set down there.
Tom, can we make it?
We can try, that's all. This looks like a pretty good airplane. And we've got gas.
Oh, just look. The beautiful country.
Yeah. Well, it's done now.
Do you suppose it's like this everywhere?
I don't know. I have an idea that if somebody dumped these things on us, there's more than one country like this by now.
It's the end of the world.
Here, let me try that radio again. I tried the radio for an hour. I tried Pittsburgh again, Detroit and Chicago. I didn't get any answer at all. I listened till my ears hurt. The only single thing I heard was the leader of a jet fighter squadron somewhere over Lake Erie. His voice was so faint. He was talking to his pilots, and he said, there isn't any field left to go back to. And then there was static, and he faded out. And we flew on, heading north for the snows and the wilderness of Canada, whatever kind of sanctuary that might be. I'd often wondered what people would say to each other in the face of an awful catastrophe. Would they pray, I wondered? Or would they try to comfort each other? Or would they try to reason their way out of disaster, or what? I found out we didn't say anything. And there wasn't anything to say. It got dark. And all around us on the horizon, there was the glow of fires and the luminous clouds. The clouds that a few hours ago had been cities, great industries, and people. The fuel tank I was using ran dry, and I switched to a second one. We flew along at 20,000 feet. I could hardly see. I was so tired and wrought up. When I saw Ruth had just given up, she was lying back in the seat, not snoring, but making the kind of sound that a sick animal makes. And she sat up suddenly and opened her eyes.
Tom!
Okay.
Oh, I was dreaming.
You'd better go back to sleep.
Where are we?
Canada somewhere.
Still see the fire.
I don't know if I made a wrong guess coming up here or not. I don't seem to be getting away from anything.
Are you afraid, Tom?
Me? Yes.
What do you suppose happened back in Washington?
I'm trying not to think about it.
Flames, fire, dust.
And nothing.
Oh, Tom, do you think anybody else got away?
I don't know. I doubt it.
I wonder whose plane this is. It was waiting for somebody.
Some VIP.
A VUP now.
What?
Very unimportant person now.
Yeah.
Well, whoever he is, we ought to be awful grateful to him.
Yeah?
I'm sure you're both very welcome.
Who?
I'm afraid I'm the very unimportant person.
The only thing I remember about him is his eyes. The light wasn't very good naturally, and I had to twist my head over my right shoulder to see him at all, standing between the cockpit seats behind us. So about all I could see was his eyes. I couldn't see them very well. He didn't have any hat. He sounded so tired. I felt sorry for him. Sorrier than I felt for myself or Ruth. I must have said something like that because he put his hand on my shoulder.
Thanks, son. I am tired. It's been a long drag.
Yeah. This your airplane, sir?
I was under the impression that it belonged to the Air Force.
I have a fair hunch there isn't any Air Force, sir.
That's probably right.
Were you back there all the time, sir?
Yes.
It's pretty rugged.
Yes, it is. It's very rugged. I heard you say you're going to try to set down somewhere in the Canadian woods.
Yes, sir, I'm going to try.
Don't try it.
Well, I haven't got much choice.
Don't try it.
Well, sir, if I run out of fuel...
Just keep right on going.
I said if I run out of gas...
The point I was making is that there may not be any Canada by the time you run out of gas.
Well, in that case...
Sir,
Yes?
do you think this is the end of the world?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, no.
I wouldn't be surprised.
You really think everybody is going to die?
Everybody does die, my dear.
No kidding, you think this is the finish?
Well, scientists have warned what would happen. The destructive power of these things is... Well, look at your world.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Oh, it can't be. It can't be.
Think anybody will survive?
I think so, yes.
Oh, I hope.
What do you base that on, sir?
You're not a very observant pilot, young man.
Well, what do you mean?
Well, if you look out your window, you'll see another airplane flying right along with us.
And I looked. And not half a mile away, a little behind us, was a constellation with TWA markings on her. And I grabbed the microphone and yelled at her.
I've been trying to raise somebody for the last 2 hours, Air Force. Why don't you keep your radio on? Over.
Where'd you come from? Over.
Los Angeles to New York. We were just over Antonchico, New Mexico, when we heard from Tucson what was happening. And I decided to head for Canada. What reports do you hear? What happened? Over.
We don't know. I haven't heard anything since this afternoon. I can't raise anybody. I thought everybody else was dead. Over.
So did I. What are you going to do? Over.
Fly till I run out of gas. You got passengers? Over.
All plane load. You? Over.
A VIP, my girlfriend and me. Over.
VUP, you mean? Over.
That's what he says. We're all VUPs, Bud. Over.
Yeah. I'll stick with you till my gas runs out, huh? Incidentally, we better save our radios. We may need them. Over.
You're right, kid. Over and out.
Tom, do you suppose there are other airplanes anywhere?
I don't know, honey. What do you think, sir?
I think there are.
Really?
Yes.
Well, if they could fly far enough.
How much gas have we got left?
Well, can you read that gate, sir?
Yes. It says little more than half full.
I just wanted to be sure. That's what I read, too.
How long is that good for, Tom?
Well, honey, that's good for about another 3 hours.
3 hours. And then what?
Well, the Lord will provide, baby. I hope.
You really think he will?
Sir?
I said, do you believe that?
Well, yes, sir. He always has up to now, sir.
He's provided fire and destruction and the end of the
Oh,
world.
the Lord didn't do that, child. That was the people of the earth thought that of.
Yes, but everyone on earth isn't wicked.
That's right. That's why some of them have got to escape.
Well, yes, but how?
Well, aren't you the one who said the Lord would provide? You just go ahead and fly your airplane, son.
So I flew my airplane. I flew it and flew it and flew it. And the Constellation flew right alongside us. He throttled back so he wouldn't outrun us. every once in a while I'd flip the radio on and ask him how he was doing. He was doing all right, he said. Then it got light. We were pretty far north, I suppose, and it got light quicker, I thought. It wasn't long till I discovered that the light wasn't from the sun. It was coming from the wrong direction, behind us. South. Our passenger was asleep. At least he wasn't in the cockpit. But he came up when I swung our head around a little and looked back. He and I just looked out the window and we didn't say a word. What would you say to a whole rolling world full of fire? Flames leaping a mile in the air? Flames and smoke and destruction chasing you, consuming everything in their path? What would you say to the solid rock boiling like water in a kettle, the world vaporizing horribly behind you? And coming on and on and on so that we, flying at 200 miles an hour, could see it overtaking us? What would you say? Ruth had fallen asleep again and she couldn't see it. But I saw it, and the pilot of the other ship saw it. And I heard his voice in my ears.
You see that Air Force? Over.
I see it. Over.
How's your gas? Over.
I'm squeezing out the bottom of the tank. Over.
Wish I could give you some. Over.
Thanks. It's over all right, isn't it?
You'll probably catch up with it before your gas runs out.
Well, we tried.
God help us all. Over now.
And I flipped the radio off and I swung us back on course again. On a course that all of a sudden didn't mean anything anymore. And I woke up Ruth. Because I didn't want all this to end without saying goodbye to her. After all, I've loved Ruth all these years. There comes a time. And I glanced at our passenger, the very unimportant person. He was turned, still looking back at the terrible sea of flames that followed us. He didn't look scared at all. He looked sad. He was crying. I had to strain my ears to hear what he said.
And it was such a beautiful world.
And then the engine started to spit, and I looked at the fuel gauge.
It's empty.
Well, so long, honey. Don't think it hasn't been swell.
Oh, Tom, no. No. I love you.
I love you, honey.
Oh, Tom, darling. Hold me tight.
I put my arms around her, and I felt the plane slip out from under us as we lost flying speed, and I thought, well, this is it, now the fireworks. Ruth was squeezing me so hard. All of a sudden, I said, hey, what's this? Because the plane had her nose up again. We were flying along just as good as new. You know what? Our passenger, our VIP, our VUP, had hold of the wheel, and he was pulling it back, and we were climbing like mad. And I looked at the fuel gauge. It still said empty. And I said, say, there must be some kind of emergency tank I don't know about. We're good for another couple of hours. Well, thank God, I said. And then I looked out the window. And the propellers were standing still.
What happened, Air Force? Over.
I don't know. My fuel gauges show both tanks are empty, but I'm flying. Over.
Well, I'll tell you what. Just for your own information, the same thing happened to me 20 minutes ago. Look, Mama, no engine. Look, Mama, no gas. No nothing, Mama, but I'm flying. What do you make of that? Over.
And that was when I looked at my altimeter. Loretta, when Ruth poked me and pointed at it, and I bent over and looked at it. The needle had gone on around the dial, past the 30,000 feet at the end, and on around again. And it was starting the third revolution. That meant we must be at least 70,000 feet high. And nobody in all the world has ever been up that high. I looked out the window again. The flames were so far below us, they extended back to the farthest horizon that any man has ever seen. A horizon that was a definite arc of a circle, the edge of a great sphere. As far as we could see below us, the world was in flames. And man, how close the stars were. And Ruth was pointing out the window again. I looked too. And above us, to each side of us, airplanes, 100, 1,000, a long shining river of airplanes. And I could read the identification on the sides of some of them. G for Britain, NC for the United States, H for Switzerland, X for Mexico, Russian planes, Swedish and Austrian. Every nation in the world, at least one plane for each country. And my heart jumped, because I knew that all the world wasn't coming to an end. And I looked back at our passenger. He was smiling as he looked back out the window. And I said, "Look, sir." I said, "Sir, I don't get this."
Why, it's very simple, son.
Not to me, sir.
But who are those people, those other airplanes?
Where'd they come from? Where are they going?
Isn't the world really destroyed?
I'm afraid it is, child.
But where?
It was a very wicked world, wasn't it?
Well,
I suppose something has to happen to the world every time it gets too wicked.
well,
Once upon a time, Adam and Eve sinned, and they got punished. So I suppose the reason the world wasn't destroyed then was, well, they had their world taken away from them, didn't they?
That's right.
And then there was the time when they had the big flood because everybody was so wicked.
But Noah and his family escaped.
That's right. They're the only good people in the world. They escaped.
but the world wasn't completely bad. Not now, I mean.
They've set upon each other, and they've murdered and burned and destroyed. They have denied their creator. They have been warned.
But, sir...
This thing that has happened and destroyed the world, they dug it out of the forbidden blackness to give them a more terrible weapon against their brothers. They have plotted among themselves and forgotten charity, love, and brotherhood. Isn't that sin enough? Isn't that wickedness enough to merit this punishment?
Well,
The whole
but the whole world.
Not all. There are some few good people.
The ones in those airplanes out there?
Us too?
That's right.
Do you believe that?
What I've told you?
Yes.
Why, of course I believe it. Don't you?
I don't know.
I don't either. I think it's terrible. I think it's an awful punishment.
You do?
Yes, sir.
Do you?
Well, in some ways it was a pretty good world. I had lots of fun.
What about a brand new world?
I don't get it.
What if all these people, these good people, these saved ones, are going to a new world where they can start life all over again and find the real happiness that it was intended they should have? The true goodness they have.
I don't know. I like the old one. Of course,
That's right, Tom. There isn't any way out.
I suppose. Whatever world we go to will be better than that one down there. Fire, destruction, and ashes.
Yes.
But will it be better than the old world we had before this?
It's up to you and the others.
Well, it's nice to believe that we're going to hit a better world. But,
But what?
well, look at the flood. The world was destroyed then, and Noah and all the others that were saved rebuilt it.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at it. They did a fine job rebuilding it, didn't they? 3,000 or 4,000 years, it has to be destroyed all over again.
But this will be a new world.
Hope it'll be all right. Say, how... Well, I mean, this is all a very pretty theory, but what if it doesn't work out that way?
Oh, it'll work out that way. I'm confident of it.
Just for fun. Give me the radio, Ruth.
Yeah.
Hey there. Constellation. Over.
Hey there, yourself. Over.
Listen. My very unimportant person says he thinks we're going to another world. A nice new one. How's that with you? Over.
I tell you, kid, if I had my way, I'd much rather be driving down Woodland Avenue, Van Nuys, California, and turning in at 6605, saying hello to Viola, and coming in for a landing on a trip New World that's probably not very comfortable anyway. How about you? Over.
Thanks. Just asking. Over and out. Well, sir, see what I mean?
But we don't know what's going to happen to us, Tom, dear.
Something pretty special, no doubt. You see what I mean, sir?
wonder how many other people think that way.
Well, we could conduct a poll or something if we could pick up those planes with our radio. You want to try? But what good did it do? It's purely, what do you call it, academic.
A bright new world, peopled by only the good in heart, the righteous, the ones plucked from the burning for the goodness of their souls. Doesn't it sound wonderful? Well, no wars, no unpleasantness, no trouble.
It sounds okay.
Happiness.
Well, I tell you, sir, it's too late to wish, but, well, God knows where we're going to land this time.
Well, son, to be perfectly honest with you, I'm really not so sure after all. Honestly, I'm not.
What?
You think if you could go back to the world as it was before I let this all happen, you might help make something out of it? Honestly now?
Sir, I don't know. I need an awful lot of help.
You sure would. Hey, you know what? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you a chance to make up your own minds.
Well, that's fair enough.
You and Ruth decide what you're going to do. Think it over. You can have your choice. We can all go on to the beautiful new world I've got all ready for you. Or if you want all that's happened to turn out to be a dream. Do you say so? Is it a deal?
Sir, it's a deal.
It's a deal.
Okay, son. But you better get a lot of help while you're making that decision. You're going to be responsible for a lot of people, you know. And a lot of future. I know what your future will be if you take up my proposition. If you want it to be a dream, I can't promise. Okay?
Okay, sir. Okay. Well, Ruth?
I know what I think.
So do I. But what does everybody else think, huh? Here, Ruth, give me that microphone. Shall some of us take the nice, bright, new world? Or shall we try to fix this one up for all of us? What do you say? Will you tell me? Quick. Over.
The title of today's Quiet Please story was Very Unimportant Person. It was written and directed by Willis Cooper. The man who spoke to you was Ernest Chappell.
And others heard in today's cast were Nancy Sheridan, James Mounts, and Frank Thomas. As usual, music for Quiet Please is played by Albert Berman. Now, for a word about next week, our writer-director, Willis Cooper.
Thank you for listening to Quiet Please. Next Sunday, you'll hear us a half hour later at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time instead of 5 o'clock. Will you remember, please, 5:30, a half hour later, and the story will be Read Me This Riddle.
And so, until next week at 5:30 Eastern Standard Time, I am quietly yours, Ernest Chappell.
Beginning next Sunday, as you have heard, Quiet Please will be broadcast 1/2 hour later in all time zones. This is ABC, the American Broadcasting Company.
Adventures in time and space, told in future tense. Dimension. Can you predict the future? Can you tell what will come in 100 years? Or in 10? Or in the next minute? Tonight we present two ventures into the unknown. Two fantasies of the future, chosen from the works of one of our most brilliant young science fiction writers, Ray Bradbury. First, his story entitled, There Will Come Soft Rains. The house was a good house, planned and built to be lived in the year 1980. The real estate agent had told them all about it.
Now, this is the bedroom. Of course, it contains all the latest devices, self-warming blankets, and, there's a brand new feature. Beds, which make themselves. Now, if you just step this way through the library, see the latest in talking book recorders, self-building fireplace, self-cleaning robot dust disposal. Oh, these little mouse-like things come out of the wall, take away all the dirt. Now, over this way. As a complete robot kitchen, of course. Just set the menu for the week and the stove does the rest. Then there's the automatic hydroponic garden, self-sprinkling fire protection. See, the house is fully automatic. Or you could go away for a year and it would run itself.
And so the family took the house, the man and the woman, and the two children, a boy and a girl. And they lived contentedly, enjoying music and poetry and the rich, warm things in life. And the house fed them, and slept them, and entertained them. It made a good life for them. Until one day, there were 10,000 explosions, and the world shook, and red fire and ashes and radioactivity fell from the sky. The happy time was over.
Tick-tock, 7 o'clock. Time to rise. Open your eyes. Tick-tock, 7 o'clock. Time to rise. Open your eyes.
But the house lay empty. The clock talked to the empty morning. In the kitchen, the stove sighed and ejected from its warm interior 8 eggs, sunny side up, 12 bacon slices, 2 coffees, and 2 cups of hot cocoa.
7-9, breakfast time. Come and dine. 7-9. Today is April 28th, 1985. Today, remember, is Mr. Featherstone's birthday. Insurance, gas, atom heat, and electricity bills are due.
In the walls, relays clicked, memory tapes glided under electric eyes, recorded voices moved beneath steel needles.
8 o'clock, run, run, off to school, off to work, run, run, tick-tock, 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock.
But no doors slammed, no carpets took the quick tread of rubber heels. At 8:30, the eggs began to shrivel. An aluminum wedge scraped them into the sink.
9:15, time to clean. 9:15, time to clean.
Out of the wall, hundreds of tiny mechanical mice darted. The rooms were a-crawl with small cleaning animals, all rubber and metal. They sucked up the hidden dust and dirt and popped back into their burrows. At 10 o'clock, the sun came out from behind the rain. The house stood alone on a street where all the other houses were rubble and ashes. At night, the ruined town gave off a radioactive glow which could be seen for miles. At 10:15, the garden sprinkler filled the soft morning air with golden clouds. The water tinkled over the charred west side of the house, the side which had been facing the blast. It was blank, except in 5 places. One of the 5 places was a silhouette of a man bowing a lawn, just as he'd been the instant the radioactivity burned his image into the side of the house. Over there, a woman bent to pick flowers Still further over, their images burned into the wood, were a small boy, hands flung into the air. Higher up, the image of a thrown ball, and opposite, a girl, her hands raised to catch a ball which never came down. 5 people. 5 spots of paint. On the front porch, the dog whined and shivered. The front door recognized the dog's voice and opened. The dog padded in wearily, thin to the bone, covered with sores. It ran to the kitchen and pawed the kitchen door wildly. Behind the door, the stove was making pancakes which filled the house with their odor, as prescribed by the automatic preset menu selector. The dog frothed, ran insanely, spun in a circle, biting its tail, and died.
1 o'clock, 1 o'clock.
Delicately sensing decay, the regiments of mice hummed out of the walls, soft as blown leaves, their electric eyes glowing.
1:15,
The dog was gone.
2:15.
Bridge tables unfolded from the walls of the patio. Playing cards fluttered onto pads. Martinis appeared on an oaken bench. But the tables were silent, the cards untouched.
5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock.
Dinner was made, ignored, flushed away. Dishes were washed. In the study, the tobacco stand produced a cigar with half an inch of gray ash upon it, smoking, waiting, waiting. The hearth fire gloomed out of nothing.
9 o'clock, 9 o'clock.
The beds began to warm their hidden circuits, and the phonograph spoke from beside the fireplace.
Mrs. McClellan, what poem would you like to hear this evening? Mr. McClellan? Since you express no preference, I shall select at random from among your favorites. Sarah Teasdale. There will come soft rains.
There will come soft rains, and the smell of the ground, and swallows circling with their shimmering sound, and frogs in the pools singing at night, and wild plum trees in tremulous white. Robins will wear their feathery fire, whistling their whims on a low fence wire, and not one will know of war. Not one will care at last when it is done. Not one would mind, neither bird nor tree, if mankind perished utterly. And spring herself, when she woke at dawn, would scarcely know that we were gone.
The phonograph finished the poem. The empty chairs faced each other between the silent walls. At 10 o'clock that evening, the house began to die. The wind blew the bough of a falling tree into the kitchen window, smashing it. A bottle of cleaning fluid crashed on the stove. Water pumps shot down from the ceiling. But the solvent spread onto the doors, making fire as it went. Other voices in other rooms taking up the alarm. The windows broke with the heat, and the wind blew in to help the fire. The fire crackled upstairs, and paintings lay hungrily on the beds, devoured the rooms. The house began to shudder. The bared skeleton began to cringe in the heat. The wires revealed as if a surgeon had torn the skin off. Voices screamed in every room. Windows snapped open and shut like undecided mouths. Like the interior of a clock shop at midnight, all the clocks were striking, making a merry-go-round of squeaking, whispering, and rushing. In the kitchen, the stove hissing hysterically was making breakfasts at a psychopathic rate. 10 dozen pancakes, 6 dozen loaves of toast. Then, there was silence. The film spools were burned out, the wires withered, and the circuits cracked. Then the house began to breathe its last. The beams began to give at the foundations. Long cracks appeared in the concrete. The seams were burst from the heat. And finally, with a huge rumble, it crashed into dust and rubble. Dawn shone faintly in the east. In the ruins of the house, only one wall remained standing. And within the wall, even as the sun rose to shine upon the burning rubble, a voice spoke again and again and again.
No one would mind, neither bird nor tree, if mankind perished utterly. And spring herself, when she woke at dawn, scarcely known that we were gone. That we were gone. That we were gone. That we were gone.
Today is April 29, 1985. Today is April 29, 1985.
Strange are the uses of providence. Is this how the end will come for mankind? With 10,000 explosions and a flash of radioactive gas? Or will destruction come more subtly, extended to us gently and innocently in, let's say, the hand of a child? Who knows in what manner 0 hour may arrest the world we know? It was a perfect summer day in the year 1985. The streets were lined with green, peaceful trees. Businessmen sat in their quiet offices, taping their voices or watching televisors. Rockets hovered like darning needles in the blue sky. There was the universal quiet conceit and easiness of men accustomed to peace, quite certain that there would never be war or trouble again. There were no traitors among men, no unhappy ones, no disgruntled ones. The world was upon stable ground. Sunlight illumined the suburbs, and the town drowsed on a tide of warm, sunlit air. On the lawns, the children played, catapulting this way and that across the green grass, shouting at each other, holding hands, flying in circles, climbing trees, and laughing. And in the homes, busy mothers prepared for the evening arrival of their husbands.
Excuse me, Mom.
Good heavens, Meg, what's all the excitement?
We're playing a game, Mommy. The most exciting game ever.
What are you doing in that cabinet?
I need some tools for Daddy's kid.
Your father may not
Oh, I'll take good care of them, Mom. I promise.
Very well. Don't you lose anything.
Oh, thank you, Mom.
Want a glass of milk?
Can't stop now, Mom.
What's the name of the game, Ming?
Invasion.
Invasion. What will they think of next?
Now this, and this, and this, and this. Now put that there and bring that over here. Oh, no, you ninny. Now get back while I fix this. There, they want it this way, see? Here, just let me fix it. Oh, Mink, it's that smarty pants Joseph Connors. Don't let him play. He's 12 years old. Don't worry, I won't. What you playing, Mink? None of your business, smarty pants. I want to play. Can't. Why not? You're too old. Just 'cause you're only 8. No, you'd only laugh at this and spoil the invasion. Make him go away, Mink. Go away. This is my backyard. Who wants to play with you and your old fairies anyway? They aren't fairies. Nuts to you. You don't want to play any. Good riddance. I'm glad you didn't let him play, Mink. He'd only laugh. Now, we better talk to Drill and get some more instructions, Art. Here's your pad and pencil. Where is Drill? Drill? Hey, Drill. Drill? Hey, Drill. Rosebush, I think. I'll talk to him myself and you write it down in the pen. Okay. Drill? Drill? Okay. Drill wants you to write down triangle. What's a triangle? Never mind. Drill will tell us when he wants us to know. It helps the invasion. How do you spell it? Well, that's Drill. Drill, how do you spell... Here's your mother, looking out the window. Yes, Mother? Who are you talking to? The rose bush, Mom. Only it's not really a rose bush. That's Drill.
Who's Drill?
He's planning the invasion.
Oh, I see. Well, you better come in and clean up for supper. Your daddy will be home soon.
In just a second, Mom. You got that, Art? See, there were 4, 9, 7, and A, and B, and X, and a fork, and some string, and a hexagony, hexagonal troopy.
Come on, Ming. Supper's in 10 minutes.
Okay, Mom, just a minute. I have to tell Drill. I wish we didn't have to eat, though. It holds up the invasion.
Ming, for heaven's sake, slow down. You'll choke on that soup.
I can't, Mom. It's a matter of life and death.
What's a matter of life and death?
The invasion.
What invasion is that?
Oh, just some silly game the children have been playing.
Well, whatever it is, Mink, it'll wait till you've finished your supper, I'm sure.
I don't want any more.
You barely touched anything.
Oh, but Drill is waiting for me, Daddy.
Drill? Who's Drill?
He lives in a rose bush in our backyard. Imagination, Henry.
Such nonsense.
I better run now.
You'll sit through dessert, young lady.
Gee, Daddy.
And while you're at it, tell me more about this new game.
Martians invading Earth, Daddy.
What?
Not exactly Martians, Daddy. They're from... Well, gee, I don't know. From... Oh,
And from inside that little head of yours.
you're laughing at me. Drill said you would. You'll kill Drill and everybody.
Well, I didn't know you could kill a Martian.
But it's not really a Martian, Mom. Maybe it's from Jupiter or Venus, even.
Imagine.
We couldn't figure out a way to attack the Earth. We are impregnable.
Impregnable, dear.
Well, that's the word Drill said, impregnable. Well, anyway, that was the word, Mom, the same word. Anyway, so we're helping.
Who's helping who?
So the kids are helping the Martians.
Well, fifth column, eh?
Well, Drill says in order to make a good fight, you gotta have a new way of surprising the people. That way you win. And he says also you gotta have help from your enemy.
Pretty slick, those Martians, using the kids for a fifth column, eh, Mary?
Hiding under rose bushes, too, Henry. Don't forget that.
That's because grown-ups never look under rose bushes. Only kids.
Oh, I see. Well, finish your fruit, darling. You can play for an hour afterward.
Mary.
So nice out, Henry, and there's no school tomorrow.
Very well. Till 8 o'clock.
Drill says after the invasion, everything's for one. No more bets, neither.
Oh, is that so?
Watch all the grown-up televisor shows.
I don't wonder this invasion has caught on among the kids.
Well, some of the kids are giving us trouble, like Dale Britz and Petey Cherrick. They're growing up, so they won't believe in the invasion. They make fun. Worse than parents, even. I hate them worse. We'll kill them first.
I hope you're saving your father and me for last.
Drill says you're dangerous.
What?
But I think they'll let me keep you because I'm helping so much. I'll talk to Drill. Maybe we won't have to kill you.
Mary, I think this nonsense has gone far enough.
Can I go out now, please?
Run along, dear.
Don't worry, Dad. I won't let them hurt you.
Mary, I think the child's taking this game entirely too seriously. Invasion.
Now, Henry, you know how Mink is. Besides, all children have their aggressions. Better to get them out in the open, I suppose.
Maybe you're right. I was wondering about bridge with the Jacksons tonight, Mary.
All right. You look tired, dear. Why don't you sit in the relaxer for a while and get a massage? I'll sew for a while until it's time to... Oh, I wanted to call my sister Helen.
Oh, good. Find out when her husband's going to return my golf clubs.
Would you please connect me with Mrs. Helen Rogerson on Channel 7-2Z, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
What is your channel, please?
817X, New Rochelle, New York.
Thank you. Just a moment. Go ahead. You can see your party now.
Hello, Mary. How are things in New York?
Fine, Helen. How are things in Pittsburgh? You look tired.
Oh, I've been having a terrible time with the children.
Sick?
No, just underfoot. They've got a new game that's got me just about crazy. It's called Invasion.
Did you say invasion?
That's right.
Listen, that's strange. My mink is playing it, too.
My boy Tim is all involved with some imaginary fellow named Thrill, who's running the invasion.
Must be a new password. Mink likes him, too.
How do you suppose these games start? My backyard looks like a scrap drive. They've got every conceivable kind of mechanical gadget arranged out there. I talked to Josephine Schiller in Boston, and she says her kids are wild about it, too, and sweeping the country.
Remember when it was the Roomba?
Please, dear, I'm not that old.
Mommy!
Oh, please, Minky, I'm on the televisor. Come on, see your Aunt Helen.
Hello, Ming.
Hi, Aunt Helen. Look what I've got.
What is it, honey?
Look, it's the yo-yo. Look what I enrolled in. See?
Well, Helen, look, it vanished. Where did it go?
Into another dim...
She means dimension. Aren't they dark? My Timmy brought one home, too. I can't figure out how they work. Make it reappear, honey.
There. It's easy.
Oh, where'd you get it, dear?
Phil gave it to me, Mom.
Mink?
Bye, Aunt Helen. Gotta run now.
Mink, you come back here. I want to talk to you.
Hands off. 0 hours, 5 o'clock.
Mink!
Bye.
I can't understand it. The child's never been so unruly. Helen, do you suppose that...
What?
Nothing. Just a wild thought that... Say, the reason I called, I want to get that black and white cake recipe, and Henry wants his golf club. I don't know what he'll...
What was that?
I don't know. One of the children must have been hurt. I'll have to run and see. Call me back tonight, will you?
All right, Mary. Bye.
Mink, come here.
Yes, Mom.
What is it? Who screamed?
Peggy Ann.
All right, what happened?
Well, she got scared and went home.
Did you hit her?
No, she just got scared. She's a scare baby anyway. We won't let her play anymore. She's getting too old.
Now, Mink, tell me why she cried.
No, I can't.
Mink, you'll answer me this instant or come inside. I've had enough of this nonsense.
Gee, I can't quit now, Mom. It's almost 0 hour.
Then tell me what frightened Peggy Ann.
Okay, she saw Drill.
Drill?
He almost. He was just testing.
Through what?
Those pipes and things we set up. She looked into one of the pipes and screamed. I guess she saw Drill.
And no one hit her?
Uh-uh.
Very well, Mink. I'll call Peggy Ann's mother and see how she is. And I'll call you for your bath in half an hour. Your father and I want to go out tonight.
You won't be able to go out, Mom.
Why not?
0 hours, 5 o'clock, Mom.
Hello, dear.
You home already, Henry?
Yes, I thought I'd relax a little before we went to theater. Where's the little one?
Out back.
Same game.
Same game. We've got a stack of pipes and hammers and spoons a mile high out there.
Children, why do we have them?
Yeah, strange little creatures, aren't they? Even Mink, Henry. She's a part of us, and yet what do we really know about how she thinks and feels?
Well, I didn't mean to start a philosophical discussion.
Kids are such a queer mixture of fluff and hate, though. Even normal, healthy kids. They need you and they're dependent on you, and yet they resent that dependence.
You sound like a child psychology course I once took.
I wonder if they ever really forgive the whippings and the commands we have to give them sometimes. I wonder if we ever forgot them when we were children.
Look, I'd like to discuss this with you, dear, but we do have a theater date, and it's almost 5 o'clock now. What's happened to the kids? They're so quiet. When children are quiet, you know there's some mischief. What's that sound? These kids aren't playing with anything electrical, are they?
Sure they are. At least I
Just the same, I'd better go out and
Henry.
see.
Tell them to put off the invasion.
What? Mary, don't get upset. It's just a game. Good Lord, what's that? Look out the window, Mary. What is it? Where are the children? Mary, why are you shaking? What did you see?
Henry, quick. Up to the attic.
They aren't in the attic.
Yes, the attic. Quick.
Mary, come back here. Mary! Mary, don't go up. They aren't up there.
mind. There's no one up here.
Quick, shut the door. Lock it. Lock it.
There's nothing up here. What is wrong with you? Mary, come to your senses. What are you talking?
I saw it through the window, Henry. It was horrible.
What?
It is an invasion.
For heaven's sake, let's get down out of this attic and talk this over sensibly. I want to find out if Mink is all right.
I saw her. She was leading them around the corner of the house.
Leading who? The kids?
Shh.
It's nothing.
The front door. They're coming.
Oh, Lord, those kids sound like 50 men with boots on.
Not men. Oh, please, God, don't let them find us. Don't let them please.
What? I don't understand. Who's there?
Shh, don't shout, Duffy.
Who's down there? I demand that you answer me.
They're coming. The whole house is shaking.
Who's there?
Quiet. Like away. Henry.
Mom? Dad? Are you in the attic?
Henry, listen.
It's Mink. Mink. You've got to save her.
Henry, don't understand. She's leading them.
What?
She's leading them. She's on their side. Oh, thank God.
Children on their side?
She told us, but we wouldn't believe her. Henry, they're coming out!
Mom? Dad, we know you're in there. I can see them out in the locker.
Henry, look! It's open! The door! Oh, dear God!
Mom? Dad? Oh, I see you now. Peekaboo!
You have just heard another adventure into the unknown world of the future. The world of Dimension.
Next week, Destination Moon. A preview of the movie which is soon to have its world premiere in New York, telling the Robert Heinlein story of man's first trip to the moon.
Tonight's adventures in Dimension X. There Will Come Soft Rains and 0 Hour were written by Ray Bradbury and adapted for radio by George Lefferts. Featured in the first story as narrator was your host, Norman Rhodes. The leading players in 0 Hour were Denise Alexander as Mink and Rita Lynn as the mother, Roger DeCoven as the father. Music by Albert Berman. Engineer Don Abbott. Dimension X is produced by Van Woodward and directed by Edward King. Robert Warren speaking. Programs, get your programs here. For a new thrill in detective listening, join the Saint tomorrow as he reaps a harvest of criminals in a thrilling adventure with the underworld. Make the Saint a Sunday listening habit and keep tuned thereafter for adventures of the greatest detective of them all, Sam Spade. Tomorrow, hear High Adventure, Now Truth or Consequences on NBC.
Countdown for blast off. X minus 5, 4, 3, 2, X minus 1, 5. From the far horizons of the unknown come transcribed tales of new dimensions in time and space. These are stories of the future, adventures in which you'll live in a million could-be years on 1,000 maybe worlds. The National Broadcasting Company, in cooperation with Street and Smith, publishers of astounding science fiction, presents
X minus 1.
Tonight's story, Almost Human, by Robert Bloch. Have you heard of new science called cybernetics? It concerns man's efforts to develop a perfect thinking machine. A robot electronic brain that will not only do man's work, but even do his thinking for him. A robot that is almost human.
No, it's not impossible at all. In fact, one, something like this. A tall, suave gentleman in black walked down the street. He reaches a shutter, eyesight on, and then he will slowly mount front, push the door down.
Just a minute. I said just a minute. Hold your horses. What do you think you'd...
Good evening, my dear.
do? Why did you call me?
Curiosity, darling. I'm thinking of what you told me about Chinese meetings.
Do please.
Decided to come and take a look for myself. Where is the professor?
In his study.
Where's Junior?
In the nursery.
Sure. Not quite. And you, I take it, are Junior's nursery?
I...
Only as it gets.
He's a nice old guy, don't
Tell him,
you?
darling. What is it, Miss Williams?
There's a last-minute gentleman.
Here? I don't understand. I gave orders no one was to be admitted to the house.
He insisted.
Very well. Wait here. I'll get with you. Sir? Professor Plassman, I've come to see you. Junior? There must be some mistake. There are no children in this house. I don't... Professor, what you feel pressing against your belly is the muzzle of a .45 caliber pistol. Shall we visit Junior? Oh, what do you know about... I know everything. Shall we go inside? I warn you. None? I warn you. Very well. This way. This is the nursery. The next room. In the door with the panel in it. This is the door.
Pretty, is it?
I was not concerned with aesthetics.
Why do you hide him? Is he dangerous?
The world is not yet ready for such a thing. Besides, I must study. As you can see by his play, he is very young, hardly out of the cradle. I am ignorant.
The nursery rhymes?
Brain is undeveloped. It must learn its behavior patterns like human infants.
You call that 8-foot monster an infant?
Physically, of course, he'll never change. But the cone stealing glass. Brain. That is my wonderful instrument. Unlike a human, he has no heritage, no basic instincts such as love or hate. These he has yet to learn. In some respects, he is like a blank canvas. Written upon it, he will remember.
You mean he has no feelings?
He will learn quickly, and now, if your curiosity is satisfied, I trust you will keep the secret. If anyone discovers...
Open the door.
Point,
The door, Professor.
very well. Junior, come here.
What a monster. He talks?
Yes. Mentally, he's about 6 years old.
What is this?
Who is that man, Papa?
Yes. You may call me Duke. Come to see you.
That's nice. Nobody ever comes to see me except Lola. Play with me, Duke.
Certainly. Oh, and Professor, while we're playing, you can have Lola and Miss Williams pretend my room.
Your room?
I forgot to tell you, I've decided to stay till the climate changes and I can go out. Meanwhile, I'll have a chance to play blocks. Understand? Begin to understand. You are hiding from the law. As you wish. All right, Junior? Your move.
Let's build a bridge.
I have a better idea.
What?
Let's build a coffin.
A coffin? I don't know that word.
And I'll teach you. I can see the professor neglecting the moral side of your education. Very sad. Why not? Afraid of me?
No. Afraid of myself.
Except this time. This time it will be different. This time it will be nice.
Duke, what have you been teaching me?
Nothing, honey. Just been playing with him. Very educational.
I don't believe it. I know how to kill people. I'll kill you with the machine.
Learning very quick.
Duke, I'm scared of that thing. It's unholy, a machine that acts like a human with a voice grinding, saying things you'd expect from a child.
You dislike him so much. Why did you take this job as his nursemaid?
Because I wanted to start with him. I answered mad. The professor didn't ask questions. I would have been all right to you.
I'm glad you did. Because Junior is going to make us two very successful people. Like any child. Junior listens to what he's told.
Duke, I don't know what you're teaching me, but I can guess. And it isn't right. It's evil.
Now, right on the blackboard, Junior. My name is Junior.
My name is
People are evil. Evil must be destroyed. The professor is evil. The professor must... What are you doing? I warned you to keep out of the nursery, Professor.
Go away.
You don't even remember.
I know you. You are the professor. You want to keep me as your slave. You didn't tell me that people are evil.
People are not evil.
People are evil. They must be destroyed.
Stop it!
I am not a child any longer.
No, you're not a child. You're a monster. Junior, the time is now.
Yes, dude.
Away from me. Junior! Junior, don't do it! Listen to me! Junior, listen to me! Ah!
I did it, dude. And we go away now, dude. I don't like it here anymore.
Duke, what did you do?
Professor was in the way. Have to move very quickly now, Lord. Don't come along. Say so, I can have Junior write your name.
Where are we going?
Go to Charlie's.
With Junior?
With Junior.
You can't. I'm afraid.
Relax, my dear. Duke has great plans for you. Would you like to be independently wealthy for the rest of your life? No cares, no worries? Just good times and buying clothes all the time?
The only way you get to that goal is by improving.
Not when you have a fellow like Junior.
I'm still afraid of him.
Junior wouldn't hurt you. You wouldn't hurt Lola, would you, Junior?
I like Lola. She she's pretty.
See? He thinks you're pretty. Junior's growing up. Down, Charlie. Sure, Duke. Paul and I are going to hide out here for a need some help.
Listen, Duke, I'm trying to keep the cops away.
Sure. Now listen. I need a casing call.
Oh. Sure.
You know the Armored Truck Service? Sure. I want to know when they take the Acme deposits from Boston to Houston.
Duke, you ain't thinking of a payroll truck, are you? They got cannons on those trucks. They travel in pairs. You couldn't get near one.
They asked you to do a casing job, Charlie.
Sure, Duke. Anything you say.
Find out what time they passed an hour list in most deserted stretch of road.
Well, if you're going to pull a job like that, you'll need 50 men. You want me to get some of the boys?
I won't need anybody. I've got somebody.
Where?
Out in the car.
What's his name, Duke? Anybody I know?
His name is June.
I don't know any June.
New York.
Sam?
Thanks, Al. Oh, it sure gets hot in these armored trucks.
You'll get used to it.
How much we hauling this time?
$250,000.
Brother, could I use a hunter that?
You couldn't.
What's the first stop?
Acme National Bank. We unload a payroll, the Bronson watch plant. Hey, what's that up ahead?
Looks like something shiny on the road.
Drop your spotlight.
Right. Smokes, you see what I see? Oh, it looks like a mechanical traffic cop.
8 feet off.
Standing right in the middle of the highway. Maybe the Halloween gang, huh? They're trying out robot traffic cops. Can you get faster?
No, we'll have to slow down. Get on that gun, Sam. Let's take no chances.
Right.
Come on.
Don't budge.
Where's our escort truck?
Hold up right behind us.
Move.
Sure looks like something out of Buck Rogers, huh?
It's a heck of a note blocking traffic like that. We'll have to try and get faster. Here goes.
Holy smoke, it's moving. Hell, it's coming toward us.
Get on that gun. Give it a blast.
Bullets are bouncing right off it. It's still coming. Hal, back up.
Like that, the other truck's right behind us.
Hal, it's lifting its arm. It's gonna smash our window.
If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes. Duke, we've got to quit this.
What's the matter, Charlie? Getting shaky?
The papers say he killed all 4 drivers. Listen, Duke, that robot is hot. We got to get rid of it.
Stop your blubbering. One more good robbery.
I ain't gonna pull another one.
Why not?
Count me out, Duke. The law's gonna track that baby.
You quite finished, Charlie?
Duke, that's so hard, Duke. You're like Junior, all steel inside.
And you're just a big, warm-hearted slob. I suppose flowing with the milk of human kindness.
Well, I got nerves. I can't stand that thing, the way it looks at you with that iron face and clanking around all the time. Listen, here, come.
Hello, Junior.
Hello, Duke.
I've been talking to Charlie.
Yes, Duke.
You know what I think, Junior? I think Charlie's yellow. You know what happens to people who've been yellow, don't you?
Yes, Duke.
Tell me.
They're evil. We have to destroy them.
See, Charlie? Junior doesn't like people who sing.
Duke, wait a minute. You know I'd never turn stoolie or anything like that. I never sank with the compass in my life. You can count
Junior.
on me. I don't want no trouble with you.
Stop him.
I wouldn't...
Yes, Duke.
No!
I stopped him, Duke.
All right. Bring him down to the cellar.
Charlie!
Junior, put him down.
Take him down to the cellar, Junior.
Yes,
You.
Relax, darling. Don't shake him.
Duke can't stay here. Charlie's going to be missed. He's got friends. Now we'll have the games afterwards, too.
Oh, come on. Now, don't worry, darling. The Duke will take care of everything.
Who you got?
Out to a travel agent to get some tickets. You and I are going to take a trip, Lola.
You're leaving me alone, Pete?
Sure, sure.
Just being alone with you. Then
Don't you worry. In 48 hours, you and I will be on our way to Switzerland with $500,000 worth of jewelry.
what about Junior?
Junior will be...
How can you get his
Junior will do anything I say. Oh, we haven't got into the furnace and said, okay, well, I'll pull up the phone. The bad professor couldn't stay around seeing me wearing that. Almost a man, not quite as clever. Find that out. After he steps into the furnace.
Get rid of Junior, Marty. What do you mean?
There's no time. I'll be back about 8.
Please.
And be nice to Junior while I'm gone. You can show him you're afraid of him.
Lola,
What?
oil me.
Can't you wait till Duke gets back? He always owes you.
I want you to oil me, Lola. I like you to oil me, Lola. Lola, do you like Duke? Do you like me?
You know I do, Junior.
Lola,
What?
who do you like best? Me or Duke?
I like you both, Junior.
Yes, but who do you love?
What do you know about love, Junior?
In the books, man and woman love. Lola,
What?
do you think anyone will ever love me?
Maybe. Some women can fall in love with anything, Junior. Even with something like Duke.
Why, Lola?
I know. Maybe because, well, as long as you think so, man, it's life and it's
I see.
Where are you going?
Wait for Duke.
He won't be home for long.
I'll sit in the hall and wait for him.
All right.
I want to be alone and think.
About what?
I read in a book today it was bad to kill people. What does that mean? Bad.
Bad. I don't know, Junior. I guess it's just a word.
Lola?
Hello, Duke.
Oh, Duke. Why are you sitting in the dark?
I was waiting for you, Duke.
Well, that's a good boy.
Lola oiled me.
Nice. I'll tell you what, Junior. I've got a little job that's down on the south. Let's go down.
Now, Duke.
Right now.
All right, Duke. Are we going away soon, Duke?
Yes, Junior. We're going away.
What's in the cellar, Duke?
A little surprise. You'll find it.
Duke? Is that you, Duke?
Hello, Lola.
I thought I heard Duke come in.
Who came in?
Where is he?
Down in the cellar.
What you doing?
Nothing.
Did he say he'd be up soon?
No,
Maybe you better get down and get him.
he's dead.
Oh, no. No, he isn't dead.
You said the woman loves the strongest and the smartest. Well, I'm stronger and smarter.
You won't shoot me.
I'm almost human, Lola.
No. No, stay away.
No,
Don't touch me. Those metal paws. No.
I love you,
No.
Lola.
No.
I
No,
love
no,
you.
no. No.
The last thing she heard was the robot's hard voice, droning it over and over again.
I love you. I love you.
Strangely enough, it did sound almost human.
You have just heard X-1, presented by the National Broadcasting Company in cooperation with Street and Smith, publishers of astounding science fiction. Tonight by transcription, X-1 has brought you Almost Human, a story by Robert Bloch, adapted for radio by George Leffler. Featured in the cast were Santos Ortega as Duke, Joan Allison as Lola, Jackie Grimes as Junior, Guy Rep as the Professor, Nat Cullen as Charlie, Joseph Julian as Al, Lynn Cook as Sam, and Meryl Doyles as the radio voice. Your announcer, Fred Powell. X-1 was directed by Ken McGregor and is an NBC Radio Network production. And now, next week, when the mighty Earthmen arrive in their ship of space, courtesy and proper humility on the part of the natives. But some native inhabitants are too small to be impressed. We'll see what happens to such an expedition marooned on a far...
Adventures in time and space, told in future tense.
Dimension X.
Have you heard of the new science called cybernetics? It concerns man's efforts to develop a perfect thinking machine, a robot electronic brain that will not only do man's work, but even do his thinking for him. A robot that is almost human. No, it's not impossible at all. In fact, one day something like this may happen. A tall, suave gentleman in a black raincoat will walk down the street until he reaches a shuttered, isolated house. Then he will slowly mount the front steps and push the doorbell.
Just a minute. I said just a minute. Hold your horses. Who do you think?
Good evening, my dear.
You.
Looking lovely as ever. May I come in, Lola?
Why did you come here?
Curiosity, doll. I've been thinking over what you told me at our chance meeting last week.
Duke, you promised
I
me you would...
decided to come and take a look for myself. Where's the professor?
In his study.
Anyone else in the house?
No, just the professor and I.
Where's Junior?
In the nursery.
The nursery? Oh, quaint. And you, I take it, are Junior's nursery?
I helped the professor.
Tell me as a guest.
Duke, he's a nice old guy.
Tell him,
Don't...
darling.
All right.
it, Miss Williams?
Professor Blossoman, a gentleman is...
What? Here? I don't understand.
He's waiting for you.
But I gave orders. No one was to be admitted to the house.
He insisted.
Very well. You wait here, and I will get rid of him. Sir, what can I do for you?
Professor Blossom?
Yes? How do you know my name?
I've come to see Junior.
Junior? Well, there must be some mistake. There are no children in this house.
Professor, what you feel pressing against your belly is the muzzle of a .45 caliber pistol.
Oh.
Is it Junior?
Well, what do you know about this?
I know everything. Shall we go inside?
I warn you.
On the contrary, I warn you.
Very well. This way. This is the nursery.
Where is Junior?
The next room. Behind the door is the panel in it.
Very considerately furnished. Mother Goose figures on the wall. Boy block, panda, bunny rabbit doll. All right, let's see him.
Now you can look through the panel.
Junior isn't very pretty, is he?
Oh, I wasn't concerned with aesthetics.
Why do you hide him? Is he dangerous?
Oh, you see, the world is not yet ready for such a thing. Besides, I must study him. As you can see by his play, he is very young, hardly out of the cradle. I'm educating him.
With a nursery rhyme?
The brain is underdeveloped. It must learn its behavior patterns like any infant.
Come now, you call that 8-foot monster an infant?
Physically, of course, he will never change. He is built of chrome, steel, and glass. But his brain, that is my wonderful instrument. Unlike a human, he has no heritage, no basic instinct, such as love or hate. But this is none of your business.
This is making it.
Then in some respects he is like a blank tablet. What is written upon the tablet will remain.
You mean he has no feeling?
He will learn quickly, very quickly, because his brain is not blocked by emotional considerations.
Most interesting.
Yes. Well, now if your curiosity is satisfied, I trust you will keep my secret. If anyone discovered at this point...
Open the door.
Beg your pardon?
The door. I want to see Junior in person. They almost said in the flesh.
Now, look here. I don't know you. I don't know how you will learn my secret. Only Miss Williams and I are supposed to...
Professor.
Very well. Junior, come here. What a monster.
Papa?
Dogs? Oh. Mentally, he is now about 6 years old. Yes. What is it from?
Who is that man, Papa?
No, let me handle it. You may call me Duke, son. I've come to meet you.
That's nice. Nobody ever comes to see me except Lola. Miss Williams. Do you like to play with blacks?
Why, yes. Nothing the Duke enjoys more than playing with blocks.
Play with me, Duke?
Certainly, Junior.
But I don't understand what you're trying to do. But who are you?
It's quite simple. I came to play with Junior. We're going to be friends, Junior and I. When I finish playing, you can have Lola, Miss Williams, prepare my room.
Your room?
I forgot to tell you, I've decided to stay until the climate changes and I can go out again.
No, this has gone far now. You break into my home. You force me at gunpoint to open my laboratory, and then you tell me you are moving in. I won't stand for it. I'll call the police.
I'm sure the police will be interested in Junior. Newspapers will be delighted to print your obituary, too.
What do you want?
I told you. I want a comfortable room, no rumpus with police. Even an opportunity to play blocks with Junior. If Agreed?
You are hiding from the law?
As you wish. Now, leave us alone. All right, Junior, your move.
Let's build a bridge.
I have a better idea, Junior.
What?
Let's build a coffin.
A coffin? I don't know that word.
I'll teach you, Junior. I can see the professor's been neglecting the moral side of your education very sadly.
You shouldn't have come with you.
Why not? You're not afraid of me.
Mm-hmm. I'm afraid of myself. You're no good for me, Duke. You've always brought me trouble. Duke, what have you been teaching that thing?
Nothing, honey. I've just been playing. Very educational.
I don't believe you.
What's eating you, Lola?
The day when I walked in there, he said to me, I know how to kill people, Lola. I'll kill you if you want me to.
He's learning very quickly.
Because I'm scared of that thing. It's unholy. A machine that acts like a human. With that voice grinding out and saying things you'd expect from a child.
You dislike him so much, why did you take this job as his nursemaid?
I answered an ad. I wanted to start over again. The professor didn't ask questions. I would have been all right, too, if you hadn't come along.
I'm very glad you did tell me, darling. Because Junior is going to make us two very successful people.
How do you figure that?
You don't think I spend hours each day playing with Junior just to kill time, do you? I'm improving his mind.
Oh, proving
like any
smart.
child, Junior listens to what he's told and imitates his parents. Right now, his parents are you and me.
Ha! Couple of fine examples we are. I don't know what you're teaching Junior, Duke, but I can get it. And it isn't right. It's evil.
My dear, you know me better than that. What makes you think I teach a child anything evil? I never taught you anything evil, did I, darling? Well, did I?
Yes. Yes, you did. Only it taught me to like
Now, Junior, right on the blackboard, my name is Junior.
My name is Junior.
People are evil.
People are evil.
Evil must be destroyed.
Evil must be destroyed.
The professor is evil.
The professor is evil.
The professor must be...
What are you doing?
I warned you to keep out of the nursery, Professor.
What are you teaching him?
I said get out of here.
Junior, what are you doing?
Go away.
June, you don't even remember me, Junior.
I know you. You're Professor Blossoming. You want to keep me as your slave. You didn't tell me about things, about outside. You didn't tell me that people are evil.
People are not evil.
Yes, they are. They must be destroyed.
Oh, stop it.
I'm not a child any longer.
No, you are not a child. You are a monster.
Junior.
Yes, Duke?
Remember your lesson.
Yes, Duke.
The time is now, Junior.
Yes, Duke.
But keep away from me.
Now, Junior.
Yes, Duke.
June. Junior. Junior, don't do it. Listen to me. Junior. Listen to me.
I did it, Duke.
Duke, I heard...
Can we go away now, Duke? I don't like it here anymore.
Yes, Junior, I think we're ready to go away now.
You. Why did you do it?
The professor was in the way. We have to move very quickly now, Lola.
We?
Of course, if you don't plan to come along, just say so. I can have Junior write your name on his blackboard.
Duke, you wouldn't.
We'll go to Charlie's.
With Junior?
Junior.
You can't. I'm afraid.
Relax, my dear. I have great plans for you. Wouldn't you like to be independently wealthy for the rest of your life?
The only way you get that way is by inheriting $1 million.
Not when you have a fellow like Junior around. Junior is mine. He obeys me. You might call him a mechanical stooge.
I'm still afraid of him.
Junior wouldn't hurt you. You wouldn't hurt Lola, would you, Junior? You remember what I told you about Lola? You like Lola, don't you, Junior?
Oh, yes. I like Lola. She's pretty.
See? Junior's growing up. He thinks you're pretty. Just a wolf in steel clothing, eh, Junior?
She's pretty.
All right, we're wasting time. Okay, Junior, mesh gears. We're stepping out into the big, wide world. Sit down, Charlie.
Sure, Duke.
Lola and I are going to hide out here for a while. We'll need some help.
Listen, Duke, I'm trying to keep the cops away.
You wouldn't refuse the Duke your hospitality, would you, Charlie?
What, it ain't that,
Good.
Duke.
Now listen to me. I need a casing job done.
Casing job?
You know the Armored Truck Service?
Yeah, sure.
I want to know when they take the Acme deposit from Boston to Worcester.
But, Duke, you ain't thinking of a payroll truck, are you? They got cannons on those trucks. They travel in pairs. You couldn't get near one of them.
I asked you to do a casing job, Charlie.
Yeah, sure, Duke. Anything you say.
Find out what time they pass the narrowest and most deserted stretch of road.
If you're going to pull a job like that, you'll need 50 men. You want me to get some of the boys?
I won't need anybody. I've got somebody.
Where?
He's out in the car.
What's his name, Duke? Anybody I know?
His name is Junior.
I don't know any Junior.
You will, Charlie. You will.
Smoke, Sam?
Oh, thanks, Al.
It sure gets hot in these armored trucks. Hey, you get used to it after you've been driving one for 15 years like I have.
How much we hauling this time?
About $250,000.
Brother, did I use a hunk of that?
Yeah, who couldn't?
Well, that'll be coming into Worcester any minute now. It's almost midnight. Yeah, what's our first stop?
Acme National Bank. And we unload a payroll at the Bronson Watch plant.
I wish we could open a window and get some fresh air.
We can get that after we unload. It's a rule of the company that we... What's that up ahead?
Looks like something shiny in the road.
Throw up your spotlight.
Right. Holy smoke. You see what I see? Looks like a mechanical traffic cop.
About 8 feet tall.
Standing right in the middle of the highway. Oh, it must be a Halloween gag. Can you get past him?
I don't know. We'll have to slow down. Get on that gun, Sam. Let's take no chances.
All right.
Give it the horn.
Don't budge.
Where's our escort truck?
It's pulled up right behind us.
Thing won't move.
Sure looks like something on a buck rod.
A heck of a nose blocking traffic like that. We'll have to try and get past it.
It looks like you might squeeze by in the shoulder.
Here goes.
Holy smokes, it's moving. It's coming toward us.
Yeah. Get on that gun. Give it a blast.
The bullets are bouncing right off it. It's still coming. The eye. Al, back up.
Can't. The other truck's right behind me.
Al!
Lifting its arm.
Al's gonna smash our window!
Duke, we gotta quit this.
What's the matter, Charlie? Getting shaky?
Oh, you know me, Duke. Takes nerve. Charlie's always been right there. But this, the papers say he killed all 4 drivers. Listen, Duke, that robot is hot. We gotta get rid of him.
Stop your blubbering.
I don't mind a little heist, but killing 4 guys.
You know, Charlie, for a fat man, you certainly have a slim mind. You ought to take a lesson from Junior. He doesn't worry. He doesn't even know what a policeman is. He has no conscience. He never sleeps. He doesn't get tired. He doesn't even want a share of the profits. All we need is one more good robbery.
You ain't gonna pull another one. Why not? Count me out, Duke. You have to land out of here with Lola and that thing there. I'm getting too jumpy. The law's gonna track that baby.
Are you quite finished, Charlie?
You got no heart, Duke. You're like Junior, all steel inside.
And you're just a big warm-hearted slob.
Nerves, I can't stand the thing. The way it looks at you with that iron face and the clanking around it.
Hello, Junior.
Hello, Duke.
I just been talking to Charlie.
Yes, Duke?
You know what I think, Junior?
What, Duke?
I think Charlie's yellow. You know what happens to people who turn yellow, don't you?
Yes, Duke.
Tell Charlie.
They're evil. We have to destroy them.
See, Charlie? Junior has a sense of value. He doesn't like people who sing to the police.
Now, Duke, wait a minute. You know I never turned stoolie or anything like that. I never sang to the coppers in my life.
But you'll sing to Junior, won't you, Junior?
What?
Sing Junior a nursery rhyme.
What do you mean?
You heard me. Sing Junior a nursery rhyme. Maybe Little Bo Peep. Junior likes.
Duke.
Sing it.
Little Bo Peep has... Duke, listen to me. I didn't...
Sing it, Charlie.
You can stay here as long as you like, Duke. You too, Junior.
See, Junior? It's yellow. Sing it, Charlie.
Little Bo Peep has lost her sheep. And where to find them?
Junior?
Yes, Duke. Leave them alone. And they'll... Now, Duke.
Now, Junior.
And they'll come home. I stopped him, Duke.
All right, Junior. Clean him up. Take him down the cellar.
Duke, I was in the other room and... Charlie! Oh, Junior, put him down.
Take him down to the furnace, Junior.
Yes, Duke.
Oh, Duke.
Relax, darling. Stop shaking.
Duke, we can't stay here now.
No?
We've got to get out of here. Charlie's going to be missed. He's got friends. Now we'll have the gangs after him, too.
Stop worrying, darling. I'll take care of everything.
Where are you going?
Out to a travel agency. You and I are going to take a trip, Lola.
You leaving me alone?
Nothing to worry about. The roadhouse downstairs is closed. Nobody will bother you.
That doesn't frighten me. It's being alone with that thing. I've got the jitters.
It'll only be for the afternoon. I've got to get reservations and plan this thing. Look, honey, 48 hours you and I will be on our way to Switzerland with $500,000 worth of food.
What about Junior?
Junior will be taken care of. Pity I have to do it. I kind of like to send him out on his own. Why not? He has a fine education. He could go out into the...
How can you get rid of him?
Junior will do anything I say. So I'll merely have him get into the furnace and sit there while I fill it with oil and set fire to it. Too bad the professor couldn't have stayed around to see him growing up. Man, not quite as clever as a man. He'll find that out after he steps into the furnace.
All right. Do it now, before you leave.
There's no time now. Give me a chance. I'll be back about 8.
You are coming back, aren't you? You wouldn't leave me.
I have big plans for you. See,
You're not good for me. I don't want you.
as long as you can tell yourself you're not really kissing me because you want to, why not enjoy it?
You're too much for one man.
And I'm going now. Be nice to Junior while I'm gone. Don't show him you're afraid of him.
Why?
Lola?
What, Junior?
Lola? Oil me.
It might not like it. Can't you wait till he gets back?
I want you to oil me, Lola.
All right.
I'd like you to oil me.
going away from here, Lola?
Yes, we're going away.
That'll be nice. I don't like it here. I want to see more things. I want to see a roller coaster.
Where'd you hear about a roller coaster?
I read about it in a book. Charlie gave me a book.
No.
Will Duke let me ride on a roller coaster?
I don't know. Maybe.
You like Duke, Lola?
Why, certainly.
Do you like me?
No, I do, Junior.
Lola?
What?
Who do you like best? Me or Duke?
I like you both, Junior.
Yes. But who do you love?
What do you know about love?
In the books, man and woman love.
Oh.
Lola,
Yes?
do you think anyone will ever love me? I'm different. I'm a robot.
You want somebody to love you, Junior?
I want something, Lola. I guess that's what I want. It's very lonesome being a robot. Do you think it makes a difference?
I think some women can fall in love with anything, Junior. Even with a man like Duke.
Why, Lola?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe because, well, as long as she thinks her man is smart and strong. Where are you going?
To wait for Duke.
Oh, he won't be home for a while.
I'll sit in the hall and wait for him.
All right, Junior.
I want to be alone and think.
How about what?
I read in a book today it was bad to kill me. Does that mean bad?
Bad? I don't know, Junior. Guess it's just a word.
Lola?
Hello, Duke.
Oh, it's you. What are you doing sitting in the dark?
I was waiting for you, Duke.
Oh, that's a good boy, Junior.
Duke. Lola oiled me.
Well, that's nice. Tell you what, Junior. I've got a little job for us down in the 7. Let's go down.
Now, Duke.
Right now.
All right, Duke. Are we going away soon?
Yes, Junior, we're going away.
What's in the cellar, Duke?
A little surprise for you, Junior. You'll find out.
Duke? Is that you? Junior.
Hello, Lola.
I thought I heard Duke come in.
He came in.
Where is he?
Down the cellar.
What's he doing?
Nothing.
Did he say he'd be up soon?
No.
Maybe you'd better go down and get him.
He's dead.
Oh, he's dead.
You said the woman loves the strongest and the smartest. Well, I'm stronger and smarter.
You're a human.
I'm almost human, Lola.
No. Oh, stay away.
Lola.
Oh, those little hands. Don't touch me.
I love you, Lola. I love you. I love you. I love you.
Well, that thing he heard was the robot farm.
You have just heard the Robert Bloch story titled Almost Human. Another adventure into the unknown world of the future, the world of
Dimension Next week, a strange story of other worlds. The story of the lost race. Tonight's adventure in Dimension X was adapted for radio by George Lefferts. Featured in the cast were Santos Ortega as Duke, Rita Lynn as Lola, and Jackie Grimes as Junior. Your host was Norman Rose. Music by Albert Berman, engineer Bill Chambers. Dimension X is produced by Van Woodward and directed by Edward King. During the months to come, General Mills has planned to bring radio listeners an excitingly new half-hour show each weekday evening. Two of these shows have already joined the Wheaties Big Parade. On Mondays, it's Night Beat, and on Wednesdays, you'll hear Dangerous Assignment. More to come in the Wheaties Big Parade of NBC shows will be Sarah's Private Eye, Dimension X, and the Texas Rangers. You'll hear all of them in the Wheaties Big Parade of NBC shows. Hear the Phil Harrises tomorrow, Now Truth or Consequences, on NBC.